The Resolve program is the first social impact investment program specifically for mental health in Australia. It's a model where there's joint investment in the program by the New South Wales Government and private investors. So Flourish Australia is the service delivery partner for Resolve. The whole program is overseen by a joint working group, which is made up of members from the Ministry of Health, our partners in the Nepean Blue Mountains and Western New South Wales LHDs, the Office of Social Impact Investment from New South Wales Treasury, and Social Ventures Australia. And we all have come together to make sure that the program is running effectively for people, but to also make sure that it's meeting the outcomes for government. If we meet those targets, the government will pay investors a return on their investment. And that's a new way of funding our programs where it saves government money and also delivers social good.
All people that are referred to the Resolve program come directly from the local health districts, so we've got a very close partnership with the local health districts in both Western New South Wales and Nepean Blue Mountains. Anyone who has struggled with a serious mental health issue and has spent a significant amount of time in hospital the previous year could become eligible. And we have 2 sites where the program runs, Orange and Cranebrook. At both sites it is staffed by peer workers, and that means that they are people with a lived experience of a mental health issue.
People can receive one-on-one support out in the community. If they need a little bit more help and support and some time out, they can come to the residential program and they can stay for periods of up to 2 or 3 weeks. And they can also receive some after-hours phone support, talking directly to peer workers.
So we are getting really good feedback, and even from people in the program, just like even utilising the house, like it's like I don't feel like I'm unwell enough to go to hospital, but like I can't be home. And so just even having this house of like staying here for two nights can like make quite a difference, and just like breathing, like we always say, if you want to come here and just breathe a different air, because it's just like getting just like out of your routine a little bit. And like we're in a really nice location, like with the lakes and the nature. So we're getting quite good feedback. Yeah, so everything operates out of here. In terms of our outreach component of the program, that's done, like we have a wide catchment area, so it's like Nepean Blue Mountains region. So we go all the way up to like the mountains, up to Lithgow. We do a lot of Penrith outreach visits, and also like Windsor, like the Hawkesbury region as well.
Sort of more personal, like, you know, as opposed to hospital. What happens is like the support's different for everyone. So you can feel comfortable ringing the warm line because they'll have notes on the system. You've had previous conversations, so it just sort of accumulates, and then they understand who you are, what you need support with, and you know how to help you manage your condition and symptoms. I've got a range of strategies that I sort of swap over every couple of days, but then if it becomes too overwhelming, I'll just ring up here and book the night in, and then you know you can watch Netflix, talk to the workers. So it's nice to be here. It's a nice safe place where you can be comfortable. Peer workers, a shoulder to lean on, an ear to listen to your problems, the voice of reason when you're down in the dumps, cultural understanding. So it's not just, you know, offering me service. It's about understanding that it's important for me to go to the temple, prayers are important, all that sort of stuff. And also accommodating like my dietary needs, that if I say I'm coming, they always go out and get something vegetarian for me.
I am naturally a fairly gregarious sort of person, but because of various circumstances and social isolation, which happened much later, contact with people became much less, and just having these people around me makes me feel confident to take that next bold step. You know, I found that Resolve and Flourish and have been very pivotal in my role of improving myself.
The people that we talk to tell us they're not happy when they're in hospital, and when they're in hospital for a significant amount of time, it definitely impacts their mental health. They're not avoiding hospital, or Resolve is not an alternative to hospital. It is that step before becoming so unwell that they need to be there, and having that early intervention, learning those coping strategies to really help them work out when they do need to be in hospital and when they can sort of pull back on that is it's an amazing outcome.
So we've been set a target of reducing hospitalisations in comparison to a control group. Outcomes-based funding is important for the government and for providers like us. It's important for the government because the government, or contracting a service, they would like to know that outcomes are being achieved. For us as a service provider, it's about having a focus on achieving outcomes for people so that they get the best supports and they can manage their own recovery journey.
it's a total revelation, you know, you're not alone, you know. There are people there looking out for you, giving you a G up, you know, a bit of impetus to go forward, you know, and really engage with society again.